Hello YouTube. Right, let's put that down there. I showed you last time the foot pegs. Well, I've disassembled the foot pegs and I've polished these up because they're a little bit grimy, but I've polished them up and they've come up lovely. I took the main body of the foot peg and I looked through the bike, and basically I shaved off a little bit of steel from one because it was wonky, and then looked at it, married it up. It was very complicated. I had to do it, make it up as I went along, but I actually managed to get them, let's do that, on there, and they actually worked really, really well. And what I did is I put it on the bike. Once I've welded these on, I put it on the bike. Fitment was quite easy. It worked really, really well, actually using the foot peg rather than a bar behind the foot peg, which is the original idea. I actually used the foot peg itself. It is a rather meaty piece of steel. And then I put it on the bike, and there was a lot of flexibility there. So I made one of these, which is a little bracket that went on about there. Yeah, went on there, went up, and it had to, because of the luggage stay, it had to go behind, and it was quite high up on the saddlebag supports, and so it had to bend. Still far too much flexibility for a single wood trailer, you'll know it. So I thought, that's not going to work. And I thought, problem is because this was flat steel, it was flexing. It was the main point of flexing. So what I did is I bulked up the flat steel. I bulked it up rather significantly. I've doubled the thickness on the steel, and it's got a better join onto the foot peg and also onto this bar here. And it went fairly well. Put it on the bike, virtually no flexibility. So that worked, but there is a little bit there, enough for me to want to put this, bolt something like a bracket up to the bottom of the luggage stay, and that should stop it moving. It doesn't have to take a lot of force. It doesn't need to take a lot of force, so it doesn't need much. As it's worked on the Dragstar, it should work on this one. And as there's less flexibility because I've beefed that up, it'll work. I also, to stop this corner from flexing, I added these. These were actually off the foot pegs. They were originally there. And so what I did is I thought, they're just there as for your bungees to hook onto. I thought, well, I can use it to stiffen this up. Just stiffen it up a little bit. It doesn't need to be much. I can use it to stiffen this up, and also I can put my bungees on them and use them to hook. So I've lost them from there, but I've put it there, and I think that'll work pretty well. And so what we've got to do is stick it on the bike. And then we'll see from there. Anyway, let's get on with it. Right then, it's on the bike. As you can see, there's a little bit of flexibility there, which is why we need to do the bracketry for here. But there's not as much as there was originally with the beefing up. And it's pretty well centre now. It's on, and I'll show you the foot thingies. We go around here, you can see, turn you around. You can see the foot pegs go into the two bolts here, so it's to the main frame of the bike. So you've got the main frame back here, you've got a nice meaty lug, and then the foot pegs go across here, and it works quite well. And then the bungee straps, yep, that's about the right place for them. So it works really, really well. So what we've got to do is build a bracket to there. Now the original bracket, which I'll show you. There we go. Just try not to scratch everything. Oh, that's the wrong one. So the original bracket, if you look, went from that top hole there, and it went all the way up to the top there. And as you can see, it went behind the luggage rack, which worked. It worked all right. We're keeping this bracket as it is just in case, because an extra bit of beef is nothing to worry about. If I do from there to there, that's one bracket, but if I do another one up to there, that's two, and I'm doing them as separate brackets, mainly because, come on, oops. Yeah, I'm doing them as separate brackets, so we're going from there to there. If I do one to there, from there to there, and I'm doing them as separate brackets, so basically I can bolt onto here, bolt to there. So when I fit the thing, I'm not going to be knackering up my bike. So I can basically just come in, put the bracket, put this on, then put the bracket on, and that should do it. Should do it. I might do a double bracket. I could stiffen it up to there and there. We'll see how it goes with this bit first. We'll make a bracket for there first. Right, there we go. I've put the bracket in just to show you, and I was putting it on, and it really does start moving the back of the bike about, so that's a good sign. So that is fairly robust. And I was thinking, put a bracket from there to there, a bracket to there and there, or just do a bracket to there. And I thought, hold on a minute, 2 holes round there, little thingy, bang, job done. It'll stiffen up to here to there, but it's also got there. It'll stiffen up the central piece. It doesn't need to be much, as I said. It's already, as you can see, there's a little bit of flexibility there. And if I put a U-bolt across there, one of these U-bolts across there, bang, job done. So I've got to wait for a uni-bolt to turn up. And that'll solve my problem, because you're cross bracing, and so that actually adds strength to the whole thing rather than just doing to there. And because it's bolted up here, it's closer to the frame, so there's not much leverage. So that should do it. That should do it. So yeah, I had a bit of a genius moment. I was doing something else, and then all of a sudden, well, that'll do the job. I'm actually clearing something up in the bins. I was getting a load of these things, which are solar lights, and it's a load of metal tubing and some plastic, and I think that's always useful. But yes, I was doing something else, and I thought, that'll do the job. Just a little U-bolt, so I've got to wait for a U-bolt to turn up. They're not a lot of money, but they'll do the job, and it'll solve a problem, and it's cross-bracketry. So there's an update of what's happening so far. Goodbye, YouTube.